Total perfection. Many of us think of Jesus' perfection as something simple and static. He was good, kind, holy, sinless. He knew the scriptures and followed the Father's will. All good. But sometimes it seems like we don't really understand what his divine perfection means. We view him through the lens of conventional religion, as if he simply performed a scripted script perfectly. But what if it's deeper than that? Imagine, Jesus is not just a holy man, not just a moral teacher. He is, as it were, the embodied center of universal consciousness. Think of what the most sophisticated information processing system in the known universe looks like. 1 billion quantum computers, all networked together, analyzing the context, history, motives, consequences, emotions, chemistry, biology, internal processes of each person. But Jesus is more. He does not simply calculate the truth. He is the truth. Every word of his, every reaction, every look, is not just a reflection of emotions. It is an absolute correspondence to the situation, the human heart, and the will of God. He could be silent when silence was deeper than words. He could speak strictly when strictness gave birth to love. He could break patterns because he saw the essence, not just follow the law, but fulfill it in the spirit, surpassing the letter. What if the perfection of God is not a cold infallibility, but a living, utterly responsive consciousness, acting in love with flawless precision? We may call it a supermind, a superintelligence, but that is not what it is. It is a super love coupled with an unerring intuition of eternity. Not because Jesus read from a script, but because he was at every moment the living word, dynamic, unique, divine. Compare this with the scriptures. The scriptures are a text, a reflection, a very important reflection. But even the most holy words have limits. Words capture a moment. But Jesus is a living stream of truth that can respond differently depending on the context, on the heart, on the soul that stands before him. Therefore, the perfection of Jesus is higher than the perfection of the scriptures. Not against it, but deeper. Not destroying, but fulfilling. That is why Jesus could say, "You have heard that it was said to them of old, but I say to you." He did not break the law. He revealed its heart, showed that truth lives not in the letter, but in the spirit and truth. This image of Jesus, not as a dogmatic icon, but as a living divine consciousness acting from within the entire universe, changes everything. He is closer to us. He is above patterns. He lives, and every moment of his presence among us is not a repetition of a pattern, but a unique act of love, insight, and mercy. Maybe that's why Christianity today is in such need of a reboot. We return to Scripture again and again, but we forget that the source is bigger than the book. The source is Him, the living Jesus, beyond any intellect, beyond any system, beyond even our idea of perfection.